for the first time since the start of the pandemic, we saw an award show indoors with a live audience. So Reba McEntire and Darius Rucker hosted the CMA Awards last night. And as you can see, many of the nominees were actually in the crowd, seated at tables, not wearing masks. However, a rep for the award show said everyone was tested before the show. Tables were 8 feet apart and guests were not allowed to mingle. Country band Lady A was among 5 acts who had to cancel because of COVID after one of their immediate family members tested positive. And Reba had a moment that has everyone talking on social media. Watch.
The Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award. Excuse me. Not a good time to do that, is it? Sorry.
Okay, so Tori, do you think by them, and yes, they had all the measures in place with the testing and the 8 feet apart tables, do you think what they did was enough precaution, or was it reckless in your opinion?
It was reckless only due to optics. What do we see as Americans? We love seeing visuals and optics. And if you see a room full of the people that you love and none of them are wearing masks, it only pushes further that it's okay not to wear them. When you could have just put them on and realized that might have helped 20 families or save a couple of lives. So I think it was tone deaf in the optics alone.
Listen, Tori, I'm not just picking on you to disagree with you. I'm just disagreeing with you. Here's the thing. They took all the right protocols, right? They got tested. I was on a movie set. You get tested. You find out 15 minutes later. They took all the right protocols. And in the end, they're entertaining us. They're putting this show on for us. That's what they're doing. Everyone's in lockdown. Everyone's kind of cranky and miserable. They're trying to put on a performance to make you forget about what's going on. So if you see everyone in the back with a mask around or a mask in the background, you kind of get that sense of, we're still not safe. People want normalization. I know we're not going back to normal, but they took all the right protocols and they're entertaining us. I guess you got to take your hat off a little bit. No, take your mask off a little bit.
To me, that's basically when you just said is you want to forget about the pandemic. I'm begging people to not forget. That's the difference, and I think we shouldn't let people forget, even during...
Quickly, Tori, do you know what my favorite moment of the day is? Is when I get out of my car and I walk into work and I forget my mask, and for 2 seconds I'm like, oh my God, I thought things were normal. That's my favorite part of the day, so people want to forget, sorry.
I'm curious about the double standard. Even though I agree with you, Tori, tenfold, why do we not complain when we see Saturday Night Live having everybody, and I get Saturday Night Live has the same precautions, right? They get everybody tested, they're almost in their own bubble, but we don't see them performing every Saturday night with their masks on. So that optic argument, I have to disagree with Tori because nobody is up in arms with SNL. That seems like a double standard.
I also think it's weird that we're having this conversation in the same room without masks.
Another great point.
But we have plexiglass.
Yes, I understand that, but I think that we're also talking about a functionality thing. I think it's only reasonable. Even one thing that people agreed on, regardless of what side of the aisle you were on when we saw Trump without a mask addressing, was that maybe it's good to not have a mask on if you are addressing someone, because that's very difficult to get your point across, enunciate for people to understand you. I also don't understand the backlash with Reba McEntire because she addressed the fact that she coughed. Of course she addressed the fact that she coughed. Anytime any of us have had to cough, sneeze, or breathe, you have this panic attack where you're like, oh gosh, please don't let anybody think that I am sick. And so, yeah, it was a very uncomfortable moment. It was live. She responded to it, and I don't understand what all the chaos is about.
In fact, as soon as you said cough and sneeze, our executive producer back there put hand sanitizer. I wish you guys could have seen that. But I just want to Erica's point, though, we have this bigger desk to separate us. Even though we're not in masks, we are socially distanced, and we do have these panels, I don't know what you call them, plexiglass.
Great points all around, ladies. I like it. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's a great point. Great point, Sam. Good point down there.
Calling out the obvious.